First, when someone is in a desperate situation, right? They have challenges, maybe they're owing some money, they're under a lot of pressure. It is understandable. They want some quick answers, some quick fixes. Now, transformation or change doesn't always work that fast. That's why people try this and try this and try that. And then, secondly, we must admit that the average person sees a whole lot more today than we did 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Oh my God. I say that what we see in like 5 days now would probably be equivalent to what we saw in 5 years, some 25 years ago, right? And that is distracting people. We want to take everything in all at once. It doesn't work like that. There's what we call the circle of concern, right? And then there's a circle of control. So you have what we actually have control over, what we can change. And then you have a lot of things that we cannot change. The things we cannot change are a whole lot more than the things we can change. And that's why listening to the news can be really stressful sometimes or distracting, because most of the things you hear about on the news are things you can do absolutely nothing about. Gratefully, I say the things we have control over are inside us. We can control our thoughts. We can control our emotions. So we need to leverage our ability to see and hear to program ourselves on the inside. So you really need to put a gate right before your eyes and before your ears. You've got to control what goes in there. How can we influence the things, what we think? That's what I have in my Shifts book. So I give examples of how I began to write goals on plain sheets of paper and to stick them on the wall in my bedroom.
Yeah.
And to write checks to myself. I cut a check from the check leaf, I write a check to myself and stick it on the wall. I print pages from the internet. I stick them on the wall just so that I can give myself what to see.